Okay, it's here. The Elektron Tonverk. I couldn't resist. And now I have spent a few hours with this machine, and honestly, I'm surprised at how good it feels. In this video, I'll share what I think is great about it, and also a few things that I think it's missing. Let's dive in. Okay, so let's start with the layout. And I think this is superior to like the Digitone Digitact because on this machine you always have access to the keyboard. On the other machines you need to use like shortcuts to get there, and it's always a pain to get back and forth between track and keyboard, at least for me, because I use the keyboard a lot. And also, another really good thing for me is the file button here. So I have easy access to selecting presets. And they also laid out pretty good here. I do want more like filter options here, or maybe more categories would also be nice. But I think this implementation is good. I love the fact that I don't need to use a shortcut to get to the presets. When we talk about presets, I think Elektron has made a brilliant choice of presets, for once. And I can't say that about every Elektron machine. So let's just talk about routing and effects. And this is a part where the Tonverk really shines. I mean, if we check this beat out, okay, so let's say I want to add some strange effect to the drums. On this effects page here, I can just go to this mix AB and route it to bus 1. And it's this one, number 9 here. So now it's routed there. So I can just go to this. Okay, great. Here we have the possibility to add 2 effects. And I have added this saturated delay here just to show you what you can do. I guess you all know about parameter locks. This bus channel has a sequencer as everything else here. So what I can do is to just go in rec mode and start to add some, enable that there and disable it there, enable it here and disable it there. And of course, even with this, on this drum track, you still have access to these original send effects, which you can change, of course. So I can still add chorus, some delay. So yeah, I mean... You can also use the mix track if you want for similar things and to affect the whole pattern. Change to frequency wrapper and try this. I mean, this is lovely. This is a really nice playground. So there's really no limit for the creativeness. You can just do so much fun things. And with all these kind of effects that you got access to here, I mean, they are just lovely. So, I mean, this is super fun. And as I've said, I haven't read the manual much. I just watched a loop up video about the Tonverk and that pretty much covers it all. So that's the effects and bus routing. I think this is a really big one for the Tonverk. Let's talk about sound. So the sound from this machine, I think it sounds amazing. I heard someone talk about that it's it's supposed to be like more clean than like the Digitact and stuff. Yeah, of course it can sound clean, but I think it also can sound as crunchy as the DT. With all these effects, you can get the sound you want, basically. I think so. Another positive thing for me is one fear I had with this machine is that like playing these samples would feel like samples with those limitations a sample has. But I don't get that feeling. It actually feels like a synth or a piano in this case. So that's a really good thing. That's exactly what I wanted to feel. So like ease of use. I have only spent like a few hours with this machine and I haven't had any real issues with it. I think the workflow is pretty straightforward. Of course, it's a bit different to other Elektron devices, but I think the layout is so good. So now with this more easy access to each function, I mean, just a little thing like to get metronome, just it's that easy. Before you need to go in here and turn this. Also with the quantize and the scale, I think these small things make a lot of difference in the end, at least for me. They have also changed the metronome sound. Let's have a listen. I think that metronome sound is much better than the one before, because the one on the Digitact, for example, I sometimes struggle to hear it, especially when I play like drums and stuff. And that's when you need it. So I think this one is a lot clearer. So good change. Okay, so let's talk about the negatives. I don't have that much negative to say yet, but I have not used it for very long, so maybe that's why. Of course, the obvious missing pieces here is live resampling. That would be awesome. Also sample stretch, slice mode. But I get it. If the Tonverk got all these features as well, I mean, they will interfere with the digitone market. So yeah, I get it. I don't think it's impossible that we will get some of these features like live resampling, for example. That would be really good eventually, because I think Elektron said like this is only the beginning. There's more to come to this, and I don't doubt that they are going to expand this with new features along the way. One thing I would have hoped for is, of course, velocity sensitive keys. But there is a way to like automate this very easily. So let's take this hi-hat, for example. You can just go into function transform, and then you can set velocity randomize. So it will randomize the velocity for all your tricks. So that's good for hi-hats at least. So far, I'm really impressed with the Tonverk. It feels fresh. It feels like Elektron, but also like something new. I've actually heard a lot of negative comments about the Tonverk, and I can see where people are coming from. If they were wishing for an updated octatrack, then yeah, this won't make them happy. I don't think Elektron's idea with this is to replace the octatrack. I think Elektron knows that there is a really high demand for like octatrack MK3, and I really hope they are working on that. But I think this is a really nice addition to their selection. As I've said, I think this layout is awesome, because you get more like a button per function. Not entirely, but more than on the Digitone and Digitact. Yeah, so that's my initial thoughts on the Tonverk, as it's called, I think, in Swedish. I'm surprised. I didn't thought that I was gonna like this so much. Time will tell if that love continues. But I have a new toy in the studio, and I really think it's lovely. So that's all I had. I hope you like this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!